You're thinking about buying a Ferrari 458 Italia, a 4.5 litre naturally aspirated V8 that looks incredible. One of the greatest cars they have ever created, Pininfarina designed in this beautiful Rosso Corsa paintwork and a Nero leather interior. The only thing is, a car like this comes with a weight, and that weight is financial. So let's get into it. Today, we're going to show how expensive it is to daily drive a Ferrari 458 Italia. Now, first of all, imagine you own this car. First thing you're going to think about is insurance, right? Well, this car is insured for about 6,000 miles a year, fully comprehensive, 458 Italia. It's a 2010, and, well, it's stored in a garage, of course. Comes in at £575 per year. Next up is slightly more expensive, and that's road tax, or VED if you're being pedantic. I've seen you guys in the comments. Well, this car is obviously going to sit in the highest bracket. It's a 4.5 litre flat plane crank V8, and it produces 300 grams of CO2 per kilometre. So, in the highest bracket, and notably for the right reasons. Next up is the annual servicing, and this is where this car gets fundamentally a lot cheaper than an older car like the Ferrari 360. Fundamentally, that's because it's not engine out for service, which, okay, the 360 wasn't engine out, but they moved away from belts, finally. Finally, they moved to drive trains rather than cam belts. And well, that fundamentally changed things a lot. So servicing on this vehicle is roughly £1,000 every time. So it is expensive, but I'm pretty sure you could pay similar to that on a BMW M car. And well, it is a Ferrari. There's always going to be a Ferrari tax. The numbers up until this point haven't been too bad. We've had, what, £575 for insurance, £700 odd for road tax, and then servicing £1,000. So all about, what are we up to, about 2,300 quid for the year? This is where things get expensive. Now, this car isn't financed, but say you finance this vehicle. This is what it comes in at. So first of all, say you bought the car now, and we're looking at between, what are we looking at? Maybe 120 to 160 for this car, depending on what you were going to pay, what mileage, etc., spec, all those different elements. Say this car was £140,000 and you put a £20,000 deposit down and you'd be financing £120,000 for 48 months. Now, think about the interest rates at the moment. They're not great, but the best you'd probably get on a car finance document or proposal is probably about 8.9%. So we would be looking at the approximate monthly payment of £2,980 a month for this car. Of course, over the year, that then adds up to be £35,766 in finance costs. Now, if you're thinking of daily driving a Ferrari or just using it on the weekends, mileage and fuel are going to be your next concern. Now, bear in mind, if you were driving this car 6,000 miles a year, factor in the fuel. The real world economy is around 18 miles per gallon on that. So it's not your classic Vauxhall Corsa, which means you'll burn through roughly £2,100 worth of fuel annually. On top of that is obviously storage as well, because you don't leave a Ferrari outside. It's not street parked. It's definitely going to be a garage queen. And well, that can also look to cost you around £2,500 a year. Additionally, you always have to think about perishables. So that's going to be your brakes, your tyres, etc. And that could also cost you up to another £1,200 annually, especially if you drive enthusiastically. So, what's the grand total of owning and daily driving a 458 Italia? The bit that you all want to know. Well, what was it? Insurance, £575. Road tax, £735. Annual service, £1,000. On top of that, then, finance payments of £35,766, fuel at £2,100, and storage for £2,500, as well as then your tyres and consumables at £1,200. Well, that adds up pretty quick, and it adds up to approximately £43,876 for 1 year of ownership. Now, the key bit to mention here is that is including finance. So say you didn't have finance, that would actually be £8,110. So £8,110 is an awful lot of money. However, this car only costs £2,310 to daily drive for the whole year. Okay, daily drive is not the case. We've excluded fuel in that marker. That's actually the actual costs of the 458 that you see in front of us. And well, if you break that down monthly, this car costs £192.50 a month to own. Which, I mean, for that car, I'd be willing to pay it. So look, owning a Ferrari will never be cheap, but fundamentally, I think most people would be shocked at how affordable it can be if you buy a good car with good service history and look after it appropriately. Obviously, there could be unexpected bills. The main thing with this car though is its main dealer service history. So you know every time it goes in, they look over the car meticulously and they're not driven as much as other cars, meaning wear and tear items come up far, far less. Key thing with that is obviously carbon ceramics. Well, they should last the lifetime of the car if treated correctly. Whereas steels are seen more as a perishable, and well, the fact that you don't have to do the cam belts on this car is just another win, creating what I think is an incredible icon that actually, apart from the finance, can be owned quite affordably. So let me know in the comments, what do you think? Do you think we should do more videos on the 458 and the 360? Lots to come in the future. I hope you've all enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.